Hello and happy Friday. I wanted to hop on here really quick and talk to you guys about what I am talking about over in my Life in the Driver's Seat podcast this week. And that is a tool or a concept called the blank canvas. And why I think this is such an important and foundational topic is because so many of us are walking around living our life like carrying so much baggage from our past. And we let our past affect our now. We let our past affect our current life and dictate our future and the results that we're able to create. So to be a blank canvas, basically this means being able to show up to our current life as a blank canvas without any of the baggage or the stains from our past. So I want you to picture yourself as a canvas, okay? And on that canvas are all of the stains and all of the splotches. And I like to think of these in like three categories. So like things that you've done, okay? So number one would be things that you've done. Things that you've done that you're ashamed of, or mistakes that you've made that have stained your canvas. Number two, things that have been done to you that you carry, okay? Those have stained and splotched your canvas. And then number three would be your quote unquote failures, like the things that you've tried that you haven't been able to succeed in. So your failures, those are all the things that you carry that we let affect our right now. So I want to quickly go over those three things and just give you guys some ways that you can incorporate the blank canvas, like this concept, into your life. So number one, things that you've done, okay? Number one would be forgiving yourself. So showing up as a blank canvas means that you are able to forgive yourself for the things that you've done in your past. Okay, so many of us are stuck in like blame and shame. And while shame, it can be a useful emotion because it teaches you like what you don't want to do, right? You don't want who you want to be and who you don't want to be. But the problem comes when we get stuck in shame and blame. And we, instead of being curious and trying to really have compassion for ourselves and see, why did I do that? Okay, we blame and shame and we say like, I'm a terrible person. And then it becomes this paralyzing dark emotion that keeps us stuck. And it keeps us from creating the results that we want because we start to think thoughts about ourselves, which make us feel a certain way, which lead to our actions, right? And then we stay stuck. Instead of saying, being a blank canvas, showing up and saying, who do I want to be today? Regardless of who I've been in the past, okay? And you might be like, well, Jacqueline, I can't just show up as that person. Like, what are people gonna think? And I deserve to feel shame. But the problem is, it's like there's no growth and evolvement there. So you have two choices. You can either live your life and create your future from your past and from shame and blame, or you can decide today, regardless of what you've done in the past, you can decide today or every morning when you wake up, who do I want to be today? And then that is going to dictate the thoughts that you think, the feelings that you have, how you move in your life, the results that you create, and the future that you create. So you need to decide, where do you want to build your future results from? Do you want to build them from your past and from shame and blame and from letting that prove who you are from here on out? Or do you want to decide intentionally who you want to be and then create your future from there? Okay, number two is forgiving other people. Okay, so many of us carry, again, those splotches and those stains from things that have been done to us in our past. And we think that we have to carry those. Like we have no choice but to carry these scars and let that become a part of who we are. And I want you to question, is that helping you? Even if you think it's absolutely true, ask yourself, who would I be without these feelings? Okay, I have people tell me all the time, like, I can't, they deserve it. They deserve me. Like, I can't just forgive them and let that go. Okay, but the thing is, those people aren't feeling your resentment and your blame, and they're not feeling all those, they're not over there feeling your emotions. You get to sit with that. So if you can't do it for them, do it for yourself. There is such freedom in letting that go, okay? So forgiving other people is going to lead to emotional freedom. Okay, it's going to change your thoughts and your story. which is going to change how you feel, which is going to change the actions that you take and the results in the future that you're able to create. So I'm going to ask again, like, which future do you want to build from? The story where you're stuck and you're wounded and you're wronged and hurt, or the story where you move on and release that and you say, what have I learned? What did I get from that, as horrible as it was? And then create your future from there. Okay, showing up as the blank canvas and deciding what future you want to create from that emotion instead. And then the third thing is using our intention instead of our past to create our future and our results. So what happens is our brain's really good at memorizing and remembering our failures. It wants to keep us safe. It's like, don't do that again. It sees it as proof to, not get hurt, don't change, stay safe, okay? But when it comes to creating our results and creating the life that we really want, it becomes a big obstacle. So what happens is we look to our past as proof of what we're capable of, as proof to dictate our future results. So we look at, I've tried 100 diets and I've never been able to succeed. And we see that as proof that we aren't made to be thin and nothing ever works for us, okay? We see getting fired from a job as we're not a good employee. We see a failed marriage or relationship as we're not capable of having a good relationship, okay? And what happens is this proof, it affects how we think. And again, if you're noticing the pattern, we think and we feel and we act, right? So when we use these past experiences, we think a certain way, which makes us feel a certain way and act a certain way. And what happens is we recreate the same results and the same life over and over again. It's fascinating. Okay, we get stuck in this cycle because we're using our past to fuel our future. Okay, and we're literally going to create the same results over and over and the same life over and over that way. So you need to decide to show up as the blank canvas. You can believe whatever you want to believe. You might have tried to start a business 3 times and it failed every time. But instead of thinking and using that as the proof, you can wake up today and be like, I'm a successful entrepreneur. Okay, and what happens is when you think that instead and you move from there as a blank canvas moving forward, you're going to think like a successful entrepreneur. You're going to feel like a successful entrepreneur. You're going to take the actions that are going to create success instead of letting your past dictate your future. Okay, so that is the concept of the blank canvas. In my podcast, if you haven't listened to it, it's called Life in the Driver's Seat. I give you exercises to do with each of these categories to help you actually implement this tool into your life. It will absolutely transform your life and change your life when you can implement becoming a blank canvas and transforming your life in any way that you want. There's nothing in your past that has to dictate and keep you where you are. You can incorporate the blank canvas and create whatever results you want in the future. We want to create our future from the now and not from the past. Okay, so go check it out. It's called Life in the Driver's Seat. I love you guys. And as always, message me if you have any questions or want any help with these tools and concepts and incorporating them into your life. You can go to jacquelineemery.com/consult or simply shoot me a message and I'm happy to chat with you. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Bye.